Welcome to Tech Tip Tuesday, bite-sized professional learning you can implement right away. I am Dr. Diane Lawson, and we are going to talk about Flipgrid today. This is a tool that I love because it lets me hear directly from each of my students and lets me hear their voice. This is so powerful because we can hear and see so many clues to what a student is thinking or feeling when we see and hear them. I love to read what students write, but sometimes I want to hear their voices and see their faces too. And Flipgrid lets me do this. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you right now. So when we are going to go to Flipgrid, we can go right to our office.com, sign in with our district credentials, and down at the bottom left side of your screen, you will see the icon for all apps. Once you click on all apps, you're just going to scroll down and click on Flipgrid. We're just waiting for that Flipgrid to come up. All right, once you click on Flipgrid, it is going to ask you to sign in. You're going to choose Microsoft Login because we are a Microsoft district and your credentials work with Microsoft Login. So once you go here, it'll ask you to sign in with your account. I'm going to choose my account and it's going to sign me in. And I'm going to see any grids that I have already created. Or if you haven't created any, it's going to give you a screen where you get to create your first grid. So today I'm going to talk about the grid that I created this morning. It's called Good Morning. And you can see here, it's not in any specific group. I have some that were in Lawson's Leaders that I made with my students. You can see the latest activity. We're going to go ahead and click on that. Now this is called Good Morning, and my prompt is right here. What is one thing that happened this morning to start your day off on the right foot? And then here's my response that I left. So I leave that so that I can give an example to students, and it's an opportunity for them to get to know me. Good morning. Something that got me started on the right foot this morning was getting up and making my lunch and getting my lunchbox ready to go so that I would make sure I had something great for lunch today. All right, and then I can click this arrow right here to go on to the next video, which is Amanda's. She was posing as one of my students, so we could see what that looks like. So let's listen to Amanda's response.
Good morning. One thing that got my day off on the right foot is coffee. I cannot start my day without it.
Awesome. So then I've learned something about Amanda. She needs some coffee in the morning. Also here, I can give feedback. If I click on that, I can record feedback right to her, or I can send a private message in the form of text. So I can respond to her. Now I can go back up here and see that here's my prompt. Good morning is my prompt. I can see how many responses there were. I just love this because I love to hear from each other, but they also get to hear from each other as well. This one is a get to know you or icebreaker prompt. Get your day started off on the right foot. But you can relate this to whatever content area you would like. If you're learning about a math concept, you can ask a question related to that or have students solve a problem and then explain to you how they solved it. I love it for that. If you're reading a story and you want to discuss a specific character in a book, boom, Flipgrid gives you this opportunity. Now let's see how we would create your own grid. So we're going to go back to discussion. Up here at the top, you can click on discussion. That's the tab for discussions. You can see you can go to groups. I have Lawson's Leaders, or you can just create a topic. So right here, you're going to click on this blue button that says create a topic. Then you're going to add a title. So we're going to call this afternoon fun. And then you can ask a question. Maybe I want to know what students do when they get home for fun. So I'll just ask them what they do for fun when they get home. You could add some different media options here. We're not going to do that this time, but as you get more comfortable, you can explore those options. Right here, you're going to need to set the permissions. Who do you want to be able to respond to your grid? I'm going to click student email because I want students within our St. John's school district to respond. So I'm going to put at stjohns.k12.fl.us. Now, if you want a guest, maybe you have an expert coming in and you want students to hear from them, I can turn on this button and I can add a guest password. I'm going to use something silly, like lemon cake or something, something easy. Oh, it's got to contain 2 of these, and I forgot to do a capital. So make sure you put your password so that it meets their criteria. Now, you can choose to moderate your topic. And if I turn this button on, that means that only video responses and comments that I approve will be shared with the class, with everyone. So I can do that. This is especially great if you want to do something as a formative assessment to see if students are understanding a topic or a concept. And then after you approve it, that allows students to view the responses of their classmates and maybe hear their perspective on something. You can also choose how you want students to be able to comment on other people's videos. You can allow video and text comments, or you can allow only video comments or only text comments. Or if you don't want any comments, you can choose none. I'll leave it at video and text comments. Now, here is a really cool feature, the recording time. You can go anywhere from 15 seconds to 10 minutes. So that's a pretty big range. If you want a quick response to a single question, shorter is better. You want to limit their amount of time so they just answer the question and then move on. But don't worry, students have the opportunity to re-record their response. So if they don't like their response, they can practice a couple of times and then re-record it. It also lets them think about what they're going to do and say before they do it. Then if you wanted to do something like a book trailer, you could go up to 10 minutes. I don't know if I'd go up to 10 minutes very often because that's a lot to watch. But I can get a good idea of student understanding in about 5 minutes if they're telling me about a book. I love this option of being able to redo because I had to redo mine 3 times this morning. So when you're ready, you're going to go ahead and click Create Topic. There are more options, but you're going to need to explore those on your own when you become more comfortable with Flipgrid. Once I create the topic, it has a link that I can copy, and I can paste that in Schoology for students to click on and go to Flipgrid, and then click All Set, and your grid is ready. Now I could record my response. I could add topic media. Flipgrid is a great addition to online learning and in-person learning. I used to hear from my students about their math strategies, what they learned in a book they were reading. I had them introduce themselves. So many opportunities here. Thank you for joining us for Tech Tip Tuesday, where learning is the goal and technology is the tool. See you next time on Tech Tip Tuesday.